I was a member of the CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, or ACIP. I've had some people ask, how do you become a member of ACIP? So if you go to the CDC's website, there's a page about applying for ACIP membership, and that outlines the process and the requirements for individuals interested. There are two types of individuals seated on the committee. Most of the committee is made up of medical professionals. These individuals have advanced degrees in some field of medicine or public health. They have some experience related to immunizations, and they have to commit to being willing to complete the responsibilities of having a position on the committee. I was the second type of committee member, known as the consumer rep. And these individuals don't need to have an advanced degree, but they still need to have an understanding related to immunizations as well as consumer sentiment around immunizations. The terms that somebody applies for are 4 years in length, and they typically begin on July 1st because there are people rotate on and off of the committee as their 4-year terms are completed. People can only have one term on the committee. And the one exception to that is if you're invited to then be the chairperson of the committee, if the timing is right and you have the bandwidth to do that. And that person can have a second up to 3 year period on the committee. And then they would rotate off as well. Now, when I applied, I had to submit my resume or curriculum vitae, called a CV. I had to get 2 to 4 letters of support from professional colleagues indicating why they thought I would be able to serve on the ACIP. And I also had to write a cover letter indicating my interest and also making the case as to why I felt that I could complete the responsibilities required of committee members. And all of that gets submitted through an online portal. And after I did that, it took about 4 months before I heard anything back. And at that point, I had an interview with some people from the CDC. And my understanding of what happens after that is that the names of the potential candidates are narrowed down after that interviewing process. And those individuals are then, their materials are submitted to the Department of Health and Human Services, where the materials are reviewed and a background check is completed. The final candidates who qualify are then, the materials are submitted to the Secretary of Health and Human Services, who reviews the materials and chooses who the CDC can invite to join the committee based on the names that were submitted. For me, that process from the time I submitted my application until the time that I received my welcome email asking me to join took about 2 years. Thanks for listening today.